What's the scariest haunted house in America? I want to see that.
All right.
I've read. I mean, you've gone to haunted house?
No.
You've never went to one ever?
No, I haven't. I remember being a kid and my uncle being like, "That house is haunted."
Yeah.
And we were like, "Okay, well, let's not go there."
Okay, but I mean, like a haunted house that you pay to go to.
Yeah.
You've
like
done that.
The fun ones where it's like a ride, like a haunted hayride.
Yeah. So you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
I
never
love
been to
that.
haunted like a.
I would do that tonight if we were like, we're going to haunted hayride.
Yeah. Well, this whole conversation. I mean, you've changed my plan. I was like, you ever been to a haunted house? You go no, and I go okay, and I go never even like one. You go yeah, I've been to one of those, and I would love to go tonight. I mean, I went from I don't think you know what this is to we now have plans of going to an actual haunted house. I mean the turn of events that was is unbelievable. So all right. So yeah, you've been to one. I've been to a few haunted houses. I don't love them. I love them in theory. I do love them, and I want to go to them. I get so scared of them, and we
gotta go tonight.
It always the Jason at the Jason at the end. That's what would scare me. You always know. I remember we would go, with my dad, and we went there. Or my dad and our family friends, the Dentons, and we all go. We get done with it. I mean, it's an insane. It's outside. It's going through the woods, and then you get to the Friday the 13th. Jason. There's always a Jason at the end, and they're always going to get you with a chainsaw. That's where Jason and the chainsaw has, which I'm sure he had a chainsaw in the movies, but I think machete was a lot. But they'd always have a Jason guy, and he'd always have a chainsaw. And it was like when you get to the end of it, just do not run. If you don't run and walk, he just stands next to you with a chainsaw, and then you can go about your day. If you run, it's over. Like he's chasing you, and now it's a problem.
Yeah.
And so it's like, do not run.
It's like being attacked by a crocodile.
So our dads are both telling us that they're telling all of us kids going, when we get there, do not run. If you just walk, he's going to just be next to you with a chainsaw. If you run, he's going to chase you. So we're all doing it, and then Brandon and Drew, the two other kids, then we go, okay. And we get to the end and we're walking and then they're gone, dude. And then Jason just, whoosh, and then, so now we have nothing because Jason's now chasing them into the parking lot. And then we end up finding them in just the back of someone's truck. They were laid down in the back in the truck bed.
Great.
They just finally found a truck and just laid there and to hide from them.
What if somebody else drove away in the truck and now they're just
they did, and we have the last time we saw them. The story takes a sad turn. I didn't want to get into it, but they're I mean they're just in the back of someone's truck.
So do they have to pace it out where that guy's chasing you and then he has to come back and rest up a little bit?
Yeah, I think there's a few of them at the end.
Okay.
I'd imagine. Depends on where you go. I think they're getting too real now. I think some of them, they're starting to get where they can touch you. I want to see the story because I looked up one time Scariest Haunted House. And do you stay at it? Do you spend the night at it?
I don't think this one you do.
That sounds awful. It's like, are you awake? No.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
So the scariest haunted house in America is in Summertown, Tennessee, in Lawrence County.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No. How far is that? How is Lawrence County? It's Lawrenceburg.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Oh, that's where, my father-in-law lives in Lawrenceburg.
So not far at all, right?
Yeah, hour and
something.
Minutes.
It says you really don't want to do this. This is what every person says after failing to complete the tour of McCamey Manor. It's the most terrifying haunted house experience in America. One you're not allowed to attend until you watch a 2-hour-long video, sign a 40-page waiver, create a safe word, pass a physical, and more.
That sounds pretty awful.
Yeah.
It's like we need a blood sample
Do they
for you
say
to get
what
in here.
There's I can click on the website
You
too.
probably will die.
But it says intense audio, lighting, extreme low visibility, strobe and fog effects, damp and wet conditions, physically demanding environment, close contact with
Physically
creatures
demanding.
you might be touched, very real and graphic scenes of horror.
If we want to punch you in the face, we can. Sign this.
Sounds pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know if I'd do it, but
Playing on Netflix, Dark Tourist episode 8. So you can see something about it on Netflix.
I guess.
Dark Tourist episode 8.
I watched a news
And
story on
Hunters,
it. I
the Art
mean,
of the
you can
Scare.
get like buried alive. It's just crazy
Oh,
stuff
I'm not trying to do.
Yeah.
to do.
This sounds.
No one's
wild.
ever finished it.
No one's ever finished it.
Yeah, according to this news article.
How long would it be? This is the one I looked up. I thought you stayed there, but I thought
Maybe you do.
no. I that makes more sense. No one's ever finished it.
Would you do this, Nate?
I mean, you want to. I just don't know. If anybody goes and does this, let us know. If you're listening to this, I would love to talk. If someone goes to it, email us, Nateland at natebargatze.com. I mean, if you're especially if you're in Tennessee and you can come and tell us about it, we'll have you on the podcast. And
Yeah.
I'd love to see what they, to talk to someone about just what happened.
What if somebody has like a awful scar on their face? Like we had a great time, but I am missing like a little bit of my cheek.
Well, this one you're going to get touched. I mean, was this the main one? Was there anything?
This was the main one.
The main one.
I don't know.
I wonder if they have like COVID protocols at this house now. They're like they have to like.
This
do
might be the
everything.
best time to go to it. Maybe they can't touch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I found this article from last year, so I don't know if it's
That's pretty
changed this
wild,
year.
man. Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Crazy.
All right.